Assalamu alaikum, my dear friends and fellows. How are you? I welcome you here on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, look, every nation, every nation have their own wisdom, but there are certain nations here on this planet Earth which have achieved tremendous amount of success, prosperity, happiness, and of course honor amongst the community of the nations. One such nation is Japanese, Japan. Japan, they are the people who have got the opportunity to visit Japan or to read or to listen or to know about them. They are great people really. The most honest nation on earth today, the most prosperous nation on earth today, the nation having the most comfortable lifestyle, but that was all earned by they themselves, not gifted or given to them by anyone else. Nobody gives them. As for the life is concerned, it is better here in this country, better than in any other country in the world today. And all of that is because they people knew the right way to live honorably here in this world. Today we are going to talk about, we are going to listen, we are going to read about the wisdom of Japan, Japanese nation. What are the reason behind their such a comfortable lifestyle? Why are they so great? Why are they so successful here in this world today? We are going to know about those things so that once we are able to understand, once we are able to adopt and practice, we too can live happily, can live comfortably. We too could start developing and prospering. Dear friends and fellows, there are 10 ancient wisdom points, 10 ancient 10 ancient wisdom points of Japanese nation. Let's try to know, let's try to understand. First of all, it is 10 simple Japanese habits that will make your life so much better. 10 simple Japanese habits that will make your life so much better. First of all, it is finding Ikigai. Finding Ikigai. What is this? Your reason for being. Why are you alive? Why have you got the life? Finding Ikigai. I think if at all we don't know, this means that we don't have the core values. This actually means that we do not know the purpose of life. And if at all we don't know the purpose of life, it actually means that we will keep drifting. We will being swayed from here to there, from there to here, or we will be following the trends blindly. But if at all we do have found the purpose of our life, that will determine whatever we are going to do here in this world, what we are not going to do, what is good, what is not so good, and what is right, what is not so right, what am I going to practice, what am I going not going to practice. So that is finding the purpose of your life. That is the first most basic thing, and in Japanese it is called finding Ikigai. Now the second is Wabi-Sabi. Wabi-Sabi. The second is Wabi-Sabi. It is, finding beauty in imperfection, appreciating and finding beauty in the imperfection. Don't look for the perfect thing. Rather, it is even the imperfection has a lot of beauty in it. And imperfection too mean, if at all, our happiness is dependent upon a perfect life, which will never ever be achieved. So I think and I believe that it is extremely important that we learn to live, and we learn to enjoy the imperfection and the imperfection. But it does not mean that we don't have to improve. It does mean that we have to improve, but we are happier even in the imperfection. Wabi-Swabi, the beauty of imperfection. We will keep moving forward, we will keep getting better, but at the same time, till we don't get an excellent, we will keep enjoying it, because we don't want to waste not even a single day in our life. That is called wabi-sawabi in the Japanese language. Now the third is Kaizan. Kaizan. Striving for Kaizan. What is this striving for the Kaizan? It is the continuous improvement. We need to improve continuously. And earlier we talked about the imperfection, the beauty in the imperfection. Imperfection, that is fine, but at the same time, it is very important that we should continue to improve. We should continue to learn, as this thing is very, very important indeed. That is, striving for the kaizen, continuous improvement. Now the fourth is, that is omo tens that is, it is a bit difficult to actually, because it is difficult to read, because it is a Japanese, these are the Japanese word. Omo tenashi, that is about hospitality, the happiness and the beauty in the hospitality. And now the fifth is, that is Shinrin Yoko. They call it forest bathing, going very close to the nature, spending a little bit of the time, as often, as frequently as you can. Some of the time must be spent very close to the nature, because the kind of satisfaction, because the kind of happiness it can provide us. And not only this thing, rather it is quite contemplative as well, because during that we will be listening from the inside, the voices from inside, and we will be learning, achieving, benefiting from so much. And it is called, that is called Shinrin Yoko, forest bathing. Now the sixth is, that is Kintsugi. Kintsugi, what is this? It is embracing damage as design, embracing damage as design. Conflict will arise, but resentment will poison connection. Conflict will arise, but resentment will poison the connection. Open communication and mutual forgiveness is very important. Honor honor scores as symbols of courageous rebuilding. I will like to put forward a very beautiful example, and that is, the America, threw two atomic bomb during the World War II, and now they have not forgotten it. They hold ceremonies in those two cities, Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And I think that is, they people are saying that, embracing damage as design, and that is, conflict will arise, but resentment will poison the connection. The conflict between the friends and the people may arise, but the resentment will poison connection. Open communication and mutual forgiveness is necessary, and honor the scores as symbols of courageous rebuilding. They rebuild their Japan, and because they honored the scores as symbols of courageous rebuilding. Now the seventh is, that is Ikebana, mindfulness through flowers. Mindfulness through flowers. being mindful, be not living in the past, not living in the future, not stressing your mind, rather to relax and to focus on your present moment. The mindfulness, the mindfulness through flowers, not lavishness but simplicity, but minimalism, not the lavishness but the simplicity and the minimalism. That all comes under the banner of Ikebana, mindfulness through flowers. And now the eighth is Chado. Chado, the way of tea mindfulness, mean the people take the green tea, and the green tea is very good thing, and it is anti-inflammatory, because the kind of tea we are taking, we have got it from the Britishers, but the green tea is better. And the people, and they shadow the way of tea mindfulness. They sit together, or they sit alone silently, and they take the green tea. They let their mind contemplate, and they let their mind go for, they allow the ideas, the messages from the subconscious mind into their conscious mind by contemplating or by relaxing. The way tea mindfulness. And then now the ninth is that is Washoku, that is Japanese food guide. Nourishing the mind, the body, and the spirit in harmony. And take the proteins from the sea and from the plants. And also, because we are talking about the nutrition, fermented dishes for the gut health, fermented dishes for the gut health. And that is Japanese food guide. This is the Japanese food guide. And now the 10th and the last is, that is motenai, that is reduce the waste. And they don't produce much of the waste at all. Why? Because they recycle it. Here it is different: creative refurbishing, creative repurposing, tattered clothing, mean tattered clothing, like refashioned as quilt, mean do not waste anything else, rather repurpose it, redesign it for another purpose, use it for another purpose, like food scraps, generating compost, like discarded toys for others who cannot afford to buy the new toys. So that is, they are saying, actually reduce and minimize the waste, and try to use the thing not only once but for many times, not only for yourself, for the other people as well. So this is the wisdom. These are the 10 points of wisdom in the Japanese philosophy. Thank you very much.